Okay, in the last video, we looked at if statements and if else, where we said if something is true, do something, else do something else. Now, you might have situations where you have multiple conditions that you want to test and run some block of code based on these multiple conditions. And that's where else if comes in. So let's make this a little bit more interesting. We'll create a date. So we've already looked at the date object, and I'm going to set it to a specific date. Let's do 10. We'll do 10:30, 22, and then I want to put the time. So 8. We'll do 8 o'clock. So 8, 0, and 0. And remember, you can pass a string in here if you want. It doesn't have to be these arguments. And then I want to get the hour because that's what I want to test. So I'll say const hour, and then on the date object, we'll run the get hours method. And if we console log that, so console log hour, then we're going to get 8, right? Because I set it to 8. If you don't pass anything in here, it's going to give you your current hour. So mine would be 10. But we're going to keep it at 8, so we're all on the same page. And then let's do an if statement here. So we're going to say if the hour is less than 12. All right, so if the hour is less than 12, then let's do a console log of good morning. All right, because it's less than 12. Now, I could do else here. So if I do else, we could do console log and let's say good night. And if I run this, I'm going to see good morning because it's 8, right? Now, what if I want to say good afternoon if it's at a certain time? In that case, I would do an else if. So I'm going to go where this else is, where this first ending curly brace is, and just put that on the next line, and then say else space if, and then open up a set of curly braces. We could put this here, and let's say if the hour is less than 18, then let's say console log, and we'll say good afternoon. All right, so basically if it's less than 6 p.m., it says good afternoon. Now, we're getting good morning even though it is less than 18, right? We're at 8, but this ran first. So it's going to first look at this. If the hour is less than 12, which ours is, then this is going to run and it's not going to do anything further. If the time is, let's say, 13, and I save, now we're going to see good afternoon because this doesn't pass the first one, right? So it's going to say else if the hour is less than 18, which it is, it's 13. So now that's going to run. If I change that so that this is also false, so if this is false and this is false, like if we say 19, then the else, the final else is going to run. Okay, so that is the else if. Now we can also nest if statements. Let's say nested if. So I'm going to say if, let's say hour is less than 12. And actually, you know what? Let's just copy this because I'm doing kind of the same thing here. But I want to show you how we can nest this to get even more options. So let's say if the hour is equal to 6, if it's 6 a.m., then we want to console log wake up. So we know that in here, it's going to be, this code is going to run if the hour is less than 12. Obviously, 6 is less than 12. So what I'll do is in here, I'll nest another if statement, and we'll say if the hour is equal to 6. Then let's console log, let's say, wake up. Okay, so that's how we can nest. And maybe at nighttime, let's go down here, and let's nest another if statement. Okay, and we'll say if the hour is greater than or equal to 20, then we should be sleeping. So I'll say console log, and we'll just put a bunch of Z's in here. All right, so let's save that, and we're still going to see good night because we're at 19 right now. If I were to put the hour to 6 and save, then we're going to see wake up. If I put the hour to, and we're going to see good morning. If I put the hour to, let's say, 21, we should be asleep. So now we see good night and we see the Z's. So that's nested if. And you can nest as many levels as you want. You could go in here and put another if statement. But that's when you get to that level, you might want to think about something like a switch, which I'll talk about in the next video. Now, another thing we can do is have multiple conditions in a single if statement. So for instance, let's say if the hour, we'll say if the hour is greater than or equal to 7, but let's say I also want to test if it's less than 15. In that case, I could put a double ampersand, and that's going to be the and operator. So I could say and if the hour is less than 15. So let's say that's the work day. So I'll just do console log and say it is work time. All right, so if I save that, I don't see it because right now the hour is at 21, but let's set it to, we'll say 9 a.m., and we're going to see it is work time. Now, this is just one operator, the and. We could also do or. So maybe we want to say if the hour is, let's say, equal to 6, or, which is going to be the double pipe characters, or the hour is equal to 20, then let's say that's the time we brush our teeth. So we'll say brush your teeth. Save that. Now if we put the hour at either 6 or 20, so at 6 we're going to see wake up and brush your teeth. Okay, the wake up is coming from right here, and the brush your teeth is coming from here because the hour is 6 or 20. Okay, so that's or, and then this one is if the hour is greater than or equal to 7 and the hour is less than 15. All right, so in the next video, I'm going to show you another way that we can evaluate expressions and do certain things depending on the result with something called a switch.